This video is going to talk you through a feature in Spreadsheets called AutoFill. So you will need your in-class practice file open so that you can work along with me and see how it works. So we're going to start off in cell A1, and what I want to show you is that you can show Spreadsheets a pattern and it will automatically complete the pattern for you. And you can do that in words and also in numbers. So I'm going to start off just with a simple one. It's days of the week. On this particular one, on cell A1, I'm going to type in Monday. And cell A2, I'm going to type in Tuesday. So this is the pattern that I want my spreadsheet to continue. I want it to put in the rest of the days of the week for me so that I don't have to type it. Once I've given the program a couple of examples of my pattern, so I didn't just put in Monday, I put Monday, Tuesday in. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to highlight the pattern. So I talked earlier in one of the other videos about highlighting in spreadsheets. Really important that you point towards the center of the cell that you want to start with when you highlight. Click and drag down, and then release. That is a proper highlight. Okay? If you try to highlight from a different spot, like if the hand is showing or if the skinny black cross is showing, you are going to get different results than what you want. Just a plain old highlight, point towards the center, click and drag down. Okay? So you can tell that I have Monday, Tuesday highlighted right now. What I'm going to do is use this little blue box in the lower right-hand corner. This is called the AutoFill, and what I want to do is just hold my mouse over it until I see a skinny black cross. When I see that skinny black cross, what I can do is click and drag down, and I'm just going to go down to row 20 for this example. When I let go, you'll see that it completed the pattern for me. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so forth. Okay. So now try that on your worksheet. Some things you need to be careful about is spelling mistakes. If you have something spelled incorrectly, then your program will not be able to complete your pattern. So make sure you have Monday and Tuesday spelled correctly before you highlight it and then drag down. If you need to, pause this video while you do that, and then when you're ready, we're going to do months of the year in column B. So in B1, I'm going to type in January. In B2, I'm going to type in February. And pay close attention to the spelling of February. Almost everybody misspells this word. February. Okay. Once you have January and February typed in, your second step to using AutoFill is to highlight the pattern that you want the computer to complete for you. Once you have it highlighted, you'll see AutoFill is in the lower right-hand corner. You're going to hold your mouse over the AutoFill box until you see a skinny black cross. You'll click and drag down and then release, and you'll see that it completes the months of the year for you as far down as you drag it. Okay? And it will repeat it. You could go on and on and on if you wanted to. It would go down as far as you went. It would complete it for you. So that's a great time saver in spreadsheets, AutoFill. Okay? In column C, we're going to start working with numbers, and so what we're going to do in column C is make a evens pattern. So I first, need to show the pattern. I want to count by 2, so I'm going to put a 2 in C1, and I'm going to put a 4 in C2. Now I'm going to come back and I'm going to highlight the pattern. This is essentially telling the program, I want you to count by 2s. Then I'm going to hold my mouse over the AutoFill box on the lower right-hand corner until I see the skinny black cross. I'm going to click and drag down. And you'll notice that it will complete the pattern for me. Okay. Here's a quick thing I want to show you. Don't delete yours, but I'm going to delete mine and show you if I would not have done this correctly, what would happen. Okay, let's say that I put in my 2 and my 4. But I forgot to highlight what the pattern is. Let's say I just was clicked back up here on C1. I don't have my pattern highlighted. If I were to hold my mouse over the AutoFill and click and drag down now and release, what you're going to see is it just copied the number 2 down all the way. And I found that students do this sometimes, and what you're missing, if that happens to you, is you're missing highlighting the pattern. Okay, I've got to highlight, hey program, I want you to count by twos. Here's my example, 2, 4, and I want you to complete that pattern. So here again is the correct way. All right, we're going to do odds over here in column D. So I first have to give my program a couple of examples. So I'm going to go 1, 3. Second step is to highlight the pattern that I want it to repeat. Third step is to hold my mouse over the AutoFill box, click, and drag down. Okay, real quickly, just kind of as a side note for you, I always teach students that you should give your program, you should type in 2 patterns or 2 examples of what you want, like when we did Monday, Tuesday, and then we did January, February. Sometimes a spreadsheet is programmed where it can figure it out without 2 examples, and generally the months of the year is that way. So you may have noticed if you just typed January that it worked for you anyway, and that's okay. I want you to know about that, but I always teach students, give at least 2 parts to your pattern so that your spreadsheet can figure out what you want. Okay. Months of the year just happens to be an exception to that. I just want you to know that in case you notice that on your own. Okay. But in general, you want to give it 2 examples of what you want your pattern to do. Okay, that is AutoFill.